So a lot of people have been complaining about the XP rates in Chapter 3 Season 3 of Fortnite, saying that it's a lot slower than it should be and it's going to be impossible to level up. And I agree that the XP system could probably use a buff, but there are still a lot of different methods that you can use to level up very quickly this season. And I'm not going to be talking about creative, save the world, or imposters XP. Everything I'm showing in this video is going to just be for Battle Royale, playing in Battle Royale, but you can easily get over 500,000 XP very quickly. These first few are going to be grinding certain milestones. When I say grind, you can probably get each of these milestones completed in just 1 or 2 matches. First, you want to go over picking fruit from reality saplings, because to finish all of these, all 20 stages, you only have to do 200 fruits from reality saplings. And you can pick fruit off of other people's trees. So if you just land at Reality Falls for 1 game, you can wander around picking off all the fruits off all the different trees, and you'll get this done super fast. I also want to mention that if the plant has fruit there and weeds, get rid of the 3 fruit first, then break the weeds, and then 3 more fruit will normally come back, so you can get 6 fruit out of 1 tree. Even forgetting about the milestone, you do also get XP for harvesting these fruits and weeds, but I'll come back to that later in the video. The next milestone is going to be to destroy objects in a vehicle. Where you want to land for this one is you can go to Chonka Speedway. Come to this NPC in this building right here, you can buy from him cow catchers. Then you can put that onto any of the cars outside, which are already fully fueled up and have off-road tires. And then what you want to do is knock buildings down. So you can see this building right here. Not only will you get everything on the ground floor as you roll over it, but every building tile and every little object inside the building, like any shelves, any chairs, literally anything on the inside, all of that is going to count when you knock down this building. And the nearest location you can head on over to is Condo Canyon. And you can see here when you take down this massive building, you get hundreds of objects destroyed just by destroying the bottom layer. It's also pretty satisfying just driving around destroying things like this, so it doesn't even feel like that much of a grind, and again, you're going to get thousands of experience from doing this. The next milestone I'll be talking about is get headshots, and GKI found a glitch for it, where you can actually shoot a wolf after you've tamed it and you won't deal any damage to it. However, it will count for headshots for this challenge. SMG is probably the best weapon for this, however, do keep in mind that not every single bullet will count if you're fully spraying. It just caps out for some reason, like a certain amount per second or something, so just tap fire it, that you're not wasting your bullets. Also, speaking about the creatures and animals this season, there's also a milestone to travel distance riding on top of the animals. So you can sort of get 2 for 1 done here, because to make the animal easier to headshot, you can ride around on top of them, get rid of their stamina bar. Eventually they'll have to sit down and rest. So then they'll sit still the entire time while you farm headshots on them. There's even 2 milestones you can farm at once. Now this one isn't quite as good as the other ones. It's going to be to travel distance in ballers. I say it's not as good just because it's going to take longer, but it's the least effort out of all of them, because there's an automated roller coaster over at Rave Cave, and you can just sit in a baller going around that roller coaster, not even add your keyboard or controller, and eventually you'll get XP for this one. Again, it's going to take a little bit longer just because you need to travel a lot of distance. But again, you can literally be completely AFK and sit in this roller coaster for like 5 minutes a game. It's literally just free experience. Now going back to what I said earlier about the reality plants, they actually give you an insane amount of experience just for harvesting them. If you take a chest, for example, opening 1 normal chest gives you 140 XP. It's pretty good, but obviously there's only so many chests you'll open in 1 match, so it's not that great. But these reality plants are insane. You get 200 XP for every single individual fruit that you harvest, and each will have 3 sets, 600 XP just for harvesting fruit. Additionally, clearing the weeds on the outside of these plants will give you 100 XP, so there's 3 weeds there, there's 300 XP. And like I said earlier, if you do it in this order where you harvest the 3 fruits, break the 3 weeds, and then harvest the 3 fruits again, you can get 1,500 XP just for one of these plants. And right now at the start of the season, literally everyone has all their plants placed around Reality Falls. I expect this will change as the season goes on and they'll eventually become more and more spread out, but right now, there's easily about 25 to 30 plants in this area. So you can get 20,000 XP off of these plants just by wandering around breaking weeds and harvesting fruit. I genuinely expected this to be nerfed, so get onto this one while you can. One thing that a lot of people forget is that you don't get XP if you break ammo boxes and chests, like if you break what they're standing on, so you can open them faster. You won't actually get the XP for that, and you don't get much. Again, something like 100 XP per individual ammo box or chest, or even like the ice machines, but you're always better off opening them, because the XP you get from those does add up very, very quickly. If you are able to get a victory crown, try your best to hold on to it, because it does give you bonus XP for staying alive in the game. I think you get extra XP every single time the storm circle closes and you've got a victory crown. And then of course you do have your classic weekly quests, daily quests, stuff like that. Make sure you're doing your dailies every single day, because the first 3 that you complete I think give you 15,000 XP each. And on top of the weekly quests that we already have now, we're actually getting a bonus week of quests, because normally at the start of a season you instantly get the week 1 challenges, but this time we got week 0 challenges, and we'll still get the week 1 quests in only like 3 days away from now. We're getting an entire another quest line as well. like the Resistance quest last season, so that's going to be like the storyline ones with the characters speaking to us and all that stuff. And of course, you still are able to play in those other modes that I mentioned at the start of the video, like you can play in Save the World, you can play in Imposters, you can play in Creative, and you'll still get XP from those. But those are all obviously like in their own areas and pretty far away from Battle Royale, so it's not something that I wanted to cover too much in this video. But if you're desperate for XP, I definitely recommend Save the World and Imposters, but that gets very boring very quickly. Otherwise, those are probably all the best ways to farm XP at the start of Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 3. Considering just how much people are complaining about it at the moment, I expect that it will get buffed pretty quickly. Just even as the season goes on, you'll find like thousands and hundreds of XP getting added to individual challenges and stuff like that. It'll be similar to Chapter 2 Season 8. If you guys remember that, where at the start of the season, everyone was complaining and crying, oh my god, we can't get XP, we're not going to buy the battle pass, we can't even get to tier 100, and then Fortnite will just add more XP, and more, and then all of a sudden, everyone's going to have too much XP, and max out the battle pass in no time. So don't worry too much about that. Let me know what level you guys are up to right now. Otherwise, that's it for me for now, and I'll see you all next time. See ya.